Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano and Frank, our Patriot Bald Eagle. Sad news, guys, as wildfires continue to rage across Southern California. It looks like Pasadena, Los Angeles. It is just crazy. I've been watching a lot of different videos of people taking videos. I saw a video of people who had left all of their cars. I think it was on Palace Age Drive, but they had to get out of their cars and run because of the fire that was raging. Um, I wanted to put this out here as so we can reach people and, so that we can talk about our thoughts and prayers for everyone involved. This is big, guys. This is sad, sad news. And the thing, I guess, so I've been trying to piece a lot of this stuff together, trying to find out what has been going on as we have been dealing with a snowstorm over the last few days. It seems like nothing in comparison to this. This is absolutely ridiculous. And a lot of people have been describing it as literally hell on earth. And there are videos all over the place throughout TikTok, Facebook, YouTube of people who are literally taking videos of fires right outside their homes and having to evacuate. We saw where there was a McDonald's burned down. I believe there's so much. We're not going to be able to go over all of that stuff, but I wanted to kind of piece a couple things together. I am reading a little bit from USA Today, but it is covered on many different websites. This is just one that I'm familiar with. And one of the headlines here is what started the wildfires raging across the Los Angeles area. I wanted to go over this here. And to all of our viewers and family and friends out in California, my thoughts and Jessica, our thoughts are and prayers are with you. And it's very, very hard to talk about because I know so many different lives are affected with this, and I can only imagine after watching some of the different videos, guys. I got to tell you, you can search for these if you wish, but it is devastating and it is absolutely heartbreaking. But USA Today goes on to say here, fire officials are investigating the causes of multiple wildfires that are destroying homes and forcing thousands to evacuate across parts of Southern California on Wednesday. Now, this started on Tuesday, apparently. Okay, so the Palace AIDS fire started burning around 10:30 a.m. Tuesday and has scorched thousands of acres around the beach towns of Santa Monica and Malibu. Around 6:30 p.m., the Eaton fire, E-A-T-O-N, the Eaton fire broke out in Altadena near Pasadena and swelled to more than 10,000 acres. I heard on the news earlier that the fire was going at like 500 yards a minute. They were saying 5 football fields a minute. That is crazy. High winds are what is causing this to rage out of control, which none of these wildfires are ever in control. All you can really do is evacuate and pray for the best. But these, and I was talking to Jess before about some of the winds, and I was like, they have like hurricane force winds going on right now. Like some were saying steady 60-mile-an-hour winds, and then we were hearing possibilities of 80 to 100-mile-an-hour winds. I guess with the current of Santa Ana, like some of the Santa Ana winds, I guess, that are picking up on some of this stuff, it's absolutely insane. So, let's see. By 10:30 p.m., a smaller blaze named the Hearst Fire had ignited in Silmer in the San Fernando Valley northwest of downtown Los Angeles and consumed about 500 acres. The cause of all 3 blazes are still under investigation according to CAL FIRE, but the powerful Santa Ana winds are likely driving their rapid growth. The combination of low humidity, dry fuels, and shifting winds has heightened the potential for spot fires and rapid expansion, end quote, CAL FIRE said in an update. Jeez. There was so there's a video that's kind of going viral right now. You can look it up, but there's literally a bulldozer that is pushing cars out of the way, people that were stuck. I believe it was Palisades Drive. And people were saying there's only one way out of there, and there was nowhere to go. Nobody could go, and these fires are just raging. Smoke everywhere. It's just, oh my goodness, it is quite literally hell on earth for these people. And again, our thoughts and prayers go out to you. And this is going to continue to get worse from what they're saying. And we'll try and go over some different updates. If you have updates of any of this information, make sure you leave it down in the comments, as we have a pretty active comment section on this channel. And anywhere anywhere where you can donate for these people, guys, I'll tell you what, I'm sure help is much appreciated. It is just some of these photos here. I mean, you just see, you can look through some of these different photos on USA Today. There was one video, and I didn't really like this. Okay, I won't say what news station it was, but there are these people like walking their horses away from the fire, and this lady's getting up in their face, asking a bunch of questions. Now, I don't know if they were, I assume they were okay with that, but I'm just like, they got to get out of there, move out of their way. Like, why are you even, why don't you just not do the news and help them get out of here? I mean, you're obviously risking your life too in the same situation. And even if you're away from the fire, the smoke and everything going on, that that is not good to be breathing in. I mean, you see people walking around with these masks and everything, different what do they call them, like respirators, or I'm not sure what they're called. They got the breathable things in them, but I don't know how much that is a factor. As far as some of the news here, I mean, they're updating this like every hour. So I'll tell you guys, we're just gonna talk about this for a minute. It's crazy. I know California has wildfires all the time, but this seems a bit extreme, especially with these high winds. These high winds are I mean, I never knew California had hurricane force winds. I mean, I know they don't get hurricanes. At least I don't think so. I've never heard of a hurricane in California. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I did read earlier where they said some of the winds were heading south to get out of that way, but hopefully it doesn't continue to spread any further south. And I hate to say that, but I mean, yeah, they have to hopefully get it out of the way so the firefighters can at least contain it. I read a few hours ago in another article that 0% of this fire has been contained. That is not good. That means it is blazing so hot that firemen can't even begin. I mean, if it's 0%, then that's troublesome. I don't know. I've been researching this and checking this out all day. We had some things we had to do. I did make it out to Kroger today to check out some of the different sales and everything. That video will be out tomorrow. But I wanted to put this out here tonight just as sending our condolences to everyone involved. There's some pretty horrific videos out there. And again, if you're not, they're very sad. Some of them, I wonder, there's this one video going around. I know it was getting pretty big, but there is fire completely surrounding this guy's, I believe it's his house, but he's got his dog, and he just keeps saying to his dog, it's going to be okay. They were talking to each other, saying they turn the gas off. I guess that's one thing they tell you to do. Make sure you turn the gas off. So I guess that way, if it hits your house, it's not continuously raging in the gas line. I mean, yeah, I feel like that would help. Maybe I am not an expert in any of this by any means. Um, and I don't want to say do one thing or the other. Even a lot of stuff that I've read, I'm very cautious in saying, hey, do this or do that. I would, ugh, it is a nightmare. And I know some of our viewers were talking about this earlier in the video, and thank you all for mentioning that, because we've been digging ourselves out of snow for the last couple days, and I really haven't been paying much attention to the news, and apparently this just happened yesterday. But they have been alerting, apparently the Weather Service has been alerting people because of the winds, because of the high winds, that this could be a potential issue. There were mandatory evacuations in some areas, and some of them, I guess, were you might want to evacuate, and I know this seems like it has spread so fast. People didn't really have a chance. Like, apparently, I think it was last night, there were some areas that were given a notification at 3 in the morning. There was one person who had said in an article I read that they grabbed their cash and they got out the door. So it was probably right at their doorstep when they took off running. Boy, and seeing the video again of all the cars, like they have to clear an area for emergencies, and there's a news station there. I'm not sure what news station it was, somewhere out in Los Angeles, but they had a huge bulldozer that was literally bulldozing cars out of the way because the people were gone. They were running away from the fire. They couldn't go nowhere because of all the traffic, I guess. And it's just, it looked like something out of a movie. I read something, so somebody, a fire chief or someone was saying how it looked like something out of a disaster movie. I'll tell you what, it's one thing to see a movie. To see something like this in real life, it's like, oh boy, it is just, it's crazy. It really is, guys. And our thoughts and prayers are with all of you. I know I continue to say that, but we are. If anybody knows, I tried to do a little bit. It doesn't seem like anything is really up yet. Some of these sites too, that you may want to donate to, you may want to rigorously look and check to make sure, because I've heard that there are kind of other sites that I won't go over any of them because I don't know. Some of them could be malicious intent, right? So you want to make sure whoever you're donating to for this is 100% legit. Okay, so I'm not going to go over the ones. We're going to search for our own, but feel free to leave that down in the comments. We have a lot of longtime viewers on this channel who do just that, and let us know ones that you believe in. The more comments that we see on the same rescue and rehabilitation, or helping these people out, the more we see down in the comments, the more I feel we can trust that. But yeah, we're definitely going to see what we can do. And if I find something I feel, because there's been things that I've seen and looked up in past disasters, and some of them that may seem legit may not be. So you have to be very careful with that these days. And I know I haven't checked out any of some of the YouTubers out here. Usually when there's a disaster, places like Ryan Hall, y'all, the weather guy, he has a team of people. Usually does like a recovery donation thing. He does some kind. I don't know if he has started one for this yet, but I'm sure he will. He usually does this for hurricane victims and all this, so hopefully he is on top of that. And there are a lot of people that trust that. I will say I probably do. But I'm just saying, like, you just want to be careful, with those kind of things. But we want to make sure that if you can, if your budget allows, let's try and help these people out when it's available to help them. It is a true nightmare out there right now. And overnight here is going to be another test, as they are expecting more high winds. High winds, and people were saying that the hardest thing was all the different debris and stuff blowing in the air, and fire embers blowing out of the sky. Guys, again, for everyone out in California, you know that Dano and Jess here are keeping you in our thoughts and prayers, and your families, and we pray that everyone gets to safety and everyone is okay. I will see you guys tomorrow in another video. Feel free to leave comments down below, any kind of advice, any kind of anything you can think of that can help the situation. Let us know. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night.